Does it look okay? All right, check your neighbor's hair. Does that look okay too? Yeah, go ahead, look it over. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Seems like we're ready for this episode of WFET. On this episode of WFET, some of you already know the rules. That's right. Some of you who've been here before, you know what the rules are, but there's some people who don't know the rules, and I'm going to make sure that they know how they can beat you guys on this episode of WFET. That's right. The first rule is just pay attention. Just know what's going on. Know what's being said, know what's on the screen, know what your neighbor hair looks like, all those things. If you just pay attention, you're going to be a winner on WFET. P, of course, stands for participate. Yeah, don't just sit there and pretend that you're all bored. Oh, man. I can't. Yeah, how was kids' church? Oh man, Mom, I yawned through the whole thing. Well, if you yawn through this, it's because you want to, because you can actively get up, be excited, pay attention, and win as a team. That's right. And the third rule is be excited. That's right. You don't have to pretend you're in the library. You don't have to pretend you're in a classroom. You can be excited because learning about Jesus, that's what we try to do on WFET. But learning about Jesus, that is exciting. Who thinks that's exciting? And who wants to learn a little bit about Jesus today? Then we're ready. We're ready to go on this episode of WFET. Yes, of course I water my plants. If you don't water them and talk to them daily, then oh, hello there, nightly news viewers. I'm Domino. That's right. When you want your plants to grow, call Domino. Well, they wouldn't call me, really. They would just watch me, I think. Yeah. But today, on the nightly news, we have an incredible story of a little brother who bites his other brother's finger. That's right. Let's go ahead and let's turn to the video.
Charlie. Charlie bit me. Ah. Ah. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Ouch, Charlie. Ow. Charlie, that really hurts. No, Charlie bit me. And that really hurt, Charlie, and it's still hurting.
That doesn't seem like it's news to me. I bite people's fingers all the time. And that's why today on WFET, we're going to be talking about fear. That's right, fear. Only fear. Nothing but fear. Oh, and the answer to fear. That's right. We have the letter of the day. That's right. And we also have the quick Bible story. Did you enjoy that last time? So there's lots to turn into. Did I say turn into? I meant tune into on this episode of WFET.
Yo. Scooby-Doo up the radio. Huh? Yo.
Hey kids, it's time for Ken's Joke of the Week. Do you know why fish swim in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze.
Hey everybody, it's me again. Who writes this stuff? Can you guys believe that they let him have a stick? I think the producers on this show should be fired. All of them. What do you guys think? Should Gary be playing with a stick? I don't think so. Alright, it's time for Today's Gotta Know It. Today's Gotta Know It. Don't try to keep anybody out. Including is what Jesus is all about. Pretty easy, right? Do you guys want to be included in this? I don't. That thing's gonna kill somebody. Alright, everybody on your feet. We're gonna see how loud we can do this. One more time. Don't try and keep anybody out. Including is what Jesus is all about. You guys want to be included, right? With your friends or hanging out with other people. You don't want them to push you away. I want to push him away. But you guys don't want to be pushed away. One more time, as loud as you can. Don't try and keep anybody out. Including is what Jesus is all about. I can't believe he even has a stick. What are we supposed to do with this? One more time, guys. Everybody up, everybody loud. I want to be able to hear you in the back. Just off to the right there. Right there, you. I want to hear you. Here it goes again. Don't try and keep anybody out. Including is what Jesus is all about. A stick? Really? I don't know. I don't know about any of this. Well, till next week, Today's Gotta Know It.
Today's superhero of the Bible is Moses. Now, Moses, when he was born, was put in a river, and he grew up as an Egyptian, and all of those things. But the most exciting time in Moses' life was that when he was in the desert. I know, the desert doesn't look like a very exciting place. A lot of sand, well, there's sand there. But one time when Moses was watching some sheep in the desert, he came across a bush. Now, this bush wasn't a normal bush. Yeah, it was green and it had leaves and all those things. But guess what? This bush was on fire. Hot time in the desert. Hot, 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 hot. Well, Moses didn't know what to do. But then the bush started talking to him. Weird. I know, seems like a dream. But it wasn't a dream. It was actually God talking to Moses through the burning bush. Moses didn't know what to do. And so the bush said,
"Did you know that you're with God?"
And so he took off his shoes to show God that he loved him so much. Yep. And then he and God started talking to one another. And God started telling Moses all the great superhero plans that God had for him. And you know what Moses did? He listened. He spent time with God when he was at the burning bush. How cool would that be to have God talk to you through a burning bush? But you know what? Nowadays, God talks to his superheroes. And who are his superheroes? That's right, it's you. God talks to his superheroes, not through burning bushes, but through prayer, through reading the Bible, through worship, through listening to your parents, through just obeying. That's how God talks to us now. And remember, for superheroes, it's not how God talks to us, it's that He talks to us. The best thing that we can do as superheroes is to go ahead and spend some time with God this week. Spend some time and just listen to Him. Maybe take your shoes off to show, hey God, I'm ready. And then take some time and just listen to what God says. Just like you'd listen to your best friend. Because God wants to talk to you. Because you are that kind of super hero for Him. And He loves you very much. Remember that this week, and we'll go ahead and hear more about superheroes of the Bible next week here on WFET. Now it's time for everyone's favorite game show, Will It Sing?
All right, here for another round of Will It Sink? That's right. Yeah, my cameraman didn't like the watermelon because it splashed her. All right, so we'll get something a little tamer this time. You guys ready? All right, so you're going to guess whether it's going to sink or float. Right, sink or float. It's one of those two things. Ready? Regular Pepsi. A 6-pack of regular Pepsi. Now, some of you are thinking, well, doesn't those kind of regular Pepsi, don't they come in 8-packs usually? They do come in 8-packs, but my cat bit through one of the cans. And so to make it even, we had to make it a 6-pack of Pepsi, okay? So you remember Diet Pepsi, it floated. Now, is Pepsi going to sink or float? You decide now. Did you guess? Should you move in the room? Sink over here, float over here? All right, do that. Sink over here, float over here, sink, float, sink, float. Okay, everyone moved? Everyone got it? You know what side you're on? All right, here it goes. Here's a 6-pack of Pepsi. Fooled you on that one. Fooled you on that one. That's right. The 6-pack of Pepsi sunk. Now, science majors out there, why did it sink? That's right. Why did it sink? You figure it out and you try to explain it to Gary, okay? Ask your parents, ask your science teacher, and this will be the end of this round of Will It Sink? See you later.
Hello, friends. It's me, Place de Gosse, and we're going to learn the verse for the day. So get ready. It comes out of 2 Kings 6:1-7. Got that? 2 Kings 6:1-7. 6:1-7. And it goes like this. Then Elisha prayed. And we know we don't always have to pray like that, but that's just how we're going to do it today. So, then Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I ask you. Okay, so let's start beginning. Then Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I ask you, open. And we're going to do our best opening. So we're going to open our eyes big and open our mouths big. Open my servant. Do you guys know what a servant is? Back in the old days, a servant was somebody that did all the things for other people. But in today's time, servants are people that help others. So when you go to give food to the community house, or when you help your friend, you're being a servant. So that's what they're meaning in this, is a servant. So we're going to start from the very beginning. We're going to go 2 Kings 6:1-7. Then Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I ask you, open my servant's eyes. And you're going to show your eyes to everybody. You can do a crazy eye if you want, but servant's eyes, so that he can see. And you're just going to stare at something like you see it for the very first time. All right, so let's start from the beginning because we got a lot here. So we're going to start with 2 Kings 6:1-7. Then Elisha prayed, and he said, Lord, I ask you, open my servant's eyes so that he can see. Now, let's change this up just a little bit so that it applies to you, because we need to talk to the Lord as well. So we're going to change it from my servant's eyes to my eyes. And not that he can see, so that I can see. So let's start it over, and we're going to put those words in place there. So we're going to start with 2 Kings 6:1-7. Then Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I ask you to open my eyes so that I can see. Okay, team leaders, you're going to have to help your team, so let's do it one more time so everybody has it, okay? Let's start at the top. 2 Kings 6:1-7. Then Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I ask you to open my eyes so that I can see. All right, guys, I hope you got the verse for the day. See you later. Bye.
I'm Spalding Wilson. This first ever camp out, getting better and better and better and better and better and better. Whew, there's a lot of betters in there. Bitter, better, better, better. This week's challenge is about Christmas. About Jesus. Christmas and Jesus. It's not about who gets the bigger bow, who gets the puppy, who gets the bigger slice of cake. It's about Jesus. And we all need to know that. My challenge to you this week is to celebrate Christmas like Jesus would. Not bawling over the fact that your brother got a better toy than you and you wanted that toy. It's not about hot chocolate and the fact that you didn't get as much marshmallows as you wanted. It's not about gingerbread cookies and their yummy gumdrop buttons. It's about Jesus. So, my challenge to you this week is celebrate Christmas like Jesus would. I hope you can rise to the occasion. Bye!
Hey y'all, me, Bart. So today we were gonna review what you learned this week, and that is Christmas.
A little baby was born in a manger, like most of us are these days. But it was a long time ago, and his name was Jesus. And that's really the reason we celebrate Christmas. It's not about the presents. I don't get any anyway, so it don't matter to me. But Jesus is the reason for the season, you know. So keep that in mind as Christmas comes around, and remember the Lord in your heart. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.